Previously, we poured the concrete pad we needed for our stair landing, and now it's time to see if we can successfully build our first set of stairs.
At the end of the day, we want the stairs to be level.
We've heard that stringers can be one of the hardest things to build yourself, but Ryan has been preparing for this project.
Almost like I knew what I was doing.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, we stick to the tasks that must be completed to get our certificate of occupancy, and that means installing our deck railing. We have 2 more top rails that we need to get in before we can start running some cable railing. Follow along and see if we can get done with this portion of the build and
start enjoying some of the fruits of the labor we've worked so hard on for the last 2.5 years.
And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of the build. Boys, where were you?
All right, first thing we need to do is find the distance from our deck down to the pad we poured so that we can find the exact distance that we need to make the stairs. But before we do that, we might as well take off the forms to the pad, and then we'll use the laser level and find our distance.
Cool. Oh. Not starting off on positive note here.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty good.
All right, if you guys haven't caught on, we are starting the stairs to the deck today. We just got all of the forms off of the landing. Ryan is now setting up the laser so we can start finding our angles that we need to have to put into the online stair calculator so we can start figuring out our rise and run and all of that stuff so we can start building these stairs. Now, do whatever you need to do with that.
39 and like an 8. Okay, so settle down, wind.
Nature.
Okay, so 39, 125. Our target step height is 7, tread thickness 1.5, tread depth 10.5. Sure, all that looks good. Calculate. Number of steps. Risers 6. I think that's what we had.
I think that's what we calculated.
And then height of first step 5 inches. So our step height will be 6.5. Stringer length is 58 and 7/8. So we should be able to just cut our stringer at 60 inches, I would think. Our stringers will attach right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That's why you're like, we got to figure out something that's going under.
That's why we wanted something there so that we would have something more substantial to attach to.
Okay.
I think we just need to get our board up there.
Okay.
And then find our rise and run on our carpentry square and start marking things.
Okay.
Okay, and then 10. Okay.
Right, you built the jig.
I think I built it backwards.
Okay. Try number 2. Can you get it in with my hand there? Why not?
Okay, so 6.5. Okay, so then this is 10. Six and a half. And then 10. And that's 10. It seems right. So now I'm just going to continue our layout down the board. Except for we need to make this 1.5 inches shorter. Remember?
Oh, we do?
Yeah. I think.
Okay, let's double check that before we... Why do we come up a little bit?
Because this is 6.5, and if we didn't shorten this step up, then once we had the risers on here, this rise would actually be 8, and the rest of them would be 6.5. So your first step would be bigger.
And then you, every time you went down it, you kind of fall, and every time you went up it, you kind of kick your heel.
You got it. That.
We should cut off the bottom, and then we could go see if it actually fits before you make 5 million cuts.
That's a good idea. You are super smart.
Every now and then.
All right. This is for all the marbles. All the bananas in the banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand. Oh my lord.
What?
It like just fits. $34.
I think we're good. I think so. Now we'll finish cutting out all these stairs, and then we can use this as a template for our other two. So they'll all be exactly the same.
Do we still get to title this episode "Stairs Are Hard" or something like that? Because that's what everybody does. Is this thing better than just a saw?
I don't know, because it's Japanese. I think it's got like finer teeth, and maybe it's sharper.
Okay.
I don't know. It's what all the YouTubers use.
Okay. All right, you only need to do it now 2 more times.
Yep, but now we have a template.
Yeah. Don't lose that.
All right, we got all 3 of our stringers ready. Now time to mount them.
Yeah.
But we don't have time. So
No, do it
that's
tomorrow.
That's a tomorrow project.
All right, we are back outside working on the stairs to our deck. Today we're going to be setting up the attachment points for our stringers that we cut yesterday. Ryan is starting that behind me. And then we think by the end of this day, we'll have our stringers set and all but the bottom boards in place for us to step on, because we can't put those bottom boards in place until we can safely secure the stairs to the cement slab that we created, and we can't do that until it's cured for a full 2 weeks. And then once we have these stairs completed, we get to actually start the whole railing project and getting that railing system set up so you guys can start to see that.
Can you hit the end of that with the hammer?
Like towards the post?
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. I think that is fine.
So you put in those two to hold in this 2x12, and then you're going to put in some other ones.
And then we're going to put another two 2x8s here to bring it to this level, and one 2x8 is going to bring it here, and then the last 2x8 is going to bring it across to here.
Okay. And then eventually we'll also have a post even holding that up.
I think.
Okay.
Good. Lots of lines.
Do you know which line you're going to use there out of those two?
There's 3. No.
Can you go right in between them actually?
Yeah, I think so.
Crack your outs out here.
Is that?
That's flush on this side now.
All right, so I think we're to the point where we can start playing with stringers.
All right.
The fun part. At the end of the day, we want the stairs to be level.
You just got that done without me.
That one?
All right.
You ready to put in the next one?
Heck yeah.
It works.
It's good. At least we did that right. Whoa, sorry. That's safe. Remember, I almost fell in the shower. We're old. Up and down, I'm so fast.
this the other one that we cut that's the right way? Feels sturdy. Well, summer has finally arrived in Washington State. Not finally, it's still spring, but we're supposed to get up to about 80 degrees today. And we are continuing on our stair project here. Last we left you, we got all the treads on, and now we're going to get all those posts and handrails mounted so it can be ready for inspection. So Sarah's off cutting a couple pieces of blocking, and I'm getting a couple of the posts prepped up. And we're gonna get those installed and secured, and then we'll move on to handrails.
Do you want it right at the edge, like this?
I guess I was kind of thinking like having it just kind of offset back there just a little bit, but I don't know why.
Okay.
Do you want to just be the leveler and then...
Oh wait, there.
Good?
Yeah. Are you gonna put like 2 in from the outside that we can, okay.
2 of the long guys is what I was thinking.
Okay.
Feels good that way.
Mm-hmm.
Then once the stair is on there,
Yeah.
that should stiffen it up too.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty level. So if it's pretty close, like then we'll be able to like make it. Okay. Okay.
I guess the last thing is to notch the post from there.
Okay, it's good. Form-wise.
All right, it's time for this temporary staircase to go. Grab the side.
No. Not ready at all. Whoa. Whoa.
All right, we got our posts up on both sides, and we're just figuring out the angle that we need to cut these off with. And so we made a reference mark at the top one, got our string line out, and estimated the same amount of rise off of the stair nosing. And I think we've got our angle here. So we're gonna make our cut and then put our 2x6 in place and see what it looks like.
Time to see how your saw skills are. I could do it,
Go for it.
but I can barely pick up that saw, and I'm not very straight with it.
Almost like I knew what I was doing.
So my question is, like, I'm actually pretty flush here, like on the post. How are you on that post?
Pretty good.
Okay, good.
'86 and 7/8.
86, 7, 8. It's gonna look good. He's like, no! No! They really like them right now because they're all hot, too. All right, we have 2 more top rails that we need to get in before we can start running some cable railing. So Ryan is actually filling some of those holes that we're not going to use anymore because we have decided to make our deck railing a little bit shorter after talking to the inspector and finding out that it doesn't have to be 42 inches high, which seemed really high anyway. And B, remember we made the holes at the wrong spot to actually be able to pass code for how far apart the railings need to be. So we're filling those up. Mason bees have already decided to try to move into some of these holes, so they're not very happy with us, but we'll make them a little mason bee home somewhere else where it's not in our house. Anyway, we're going to get to work on that, and today you should see us actually start putting that cable railing up, which should be a pretty cool process. Okay, about 2 or 3 episodes ago, we had a little debate on if we should keep the posts staying all the way up and have this nice post that then maybe we could put those cool little solar lights on all around our deck, or if we should put the top rail going continuous across it. Well, like I said before, we found out from our inspector that the railing only needs to be like 36 to 38 inches high, which is much better than what we thought it was before at 42 inches. So we're actually going to take those down, make it a continuous handrail all around this outside portion. You will notice that back here, these 2 by our stairs are going to be exposed and be up, and we'll probably put some little lights on top of those in the future because that'll be nice to have that all lit. But Ryan's going to get this one cut off and possibly this one behind, right?
Yeah.
And this one behind, but we are only going to be taking our railing to that first one that he was just marking, not the one that he's at now, because we've decided to extend our deck. We were looking at the original plan and we're like, yeah, that looks pretty nice, but wouldn't it be so nice if it went out about 8 feet farther? So you guys are going to see us get the railing done how it needs to be done so we can get temporary occupancy, which means it won't be all the finished railing. Some of it's not going to look nice and will be very temporary, and we will probably take on that deck project by late summer, early fall. But anyway, we're going to get done what we need to get done now so we can move into this house.
Let's pre-cut our posts next time.
Yeah, let's make our choices, call inspectors, really do our research and know what we're doing.
All right, are we doing 2x4s or are we doing railing?
I think we need to do the 2x4s. I don't want to though. We're all prepped to start our cable railing. Ryan and I just got done going through and filling all of the holes that we're not going to use with dowel rods. And beyond that, I put in the little black casing on one side that will be stringing the cable through as we go through. So we're gonna start the cable railing project and take you guys along for the ride.
First step is going to be to cut the cable off right at the end of this sleeve.
Okay.
I wonder if we had two screws at this point. If you like, I could put on this one, and you could put on the one
That
over
one
there.
over there.
Yeah.
Probably.
If we unscrew this all the way. Okay, so now we're started.
Okay.
So now we should be able to tension it over there.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's tightening up okay with that amount that we left.
Two.
All right, play a little song. Ooh, that's almost the same. We're gonna call that pretty good
Close
since
enough.
it's not an actual
Okay,
instrument.
so
Now go cut it,
now go
and
cut it.
crimp it, and then tighten it. No workout for you today, because your life is your workout.
One, two.
It's almost a little chromatic scale for us. Okay, we have put in 3 of the cable railings so far. They're pretty simple to put in. Obviously, like the first one is a little bit of a learning curve. And then by the second one, we already started to be like, hey, you take this job, you take this job. And now by the third one, we both had a quick job we were doing as we go. And I think the next, how many do we have now? 7 more?
7 more.
I think the next 7 will just fly. I wanted to tell you guys that we got this cable railing system from Muzada. They are actually the sponsor of today's video, and we were so excited when they reached out to us because we knew all along that we wanted cable railing for this house. So when they reached out as a sponsor to this video, we were super stoked. So you guys can check them out and see what you think. And if cable railing is something you think you're going to be doing in a house build or for a deck, check out the link in the description of this video for all the details. Ryan and his cable railings will be performing at Like, I don't know, like 7 p.m. It gives me time to feed him dinner before he leaves, and he won't be out too late. I just want you to remember this moment when our kids are doing this, and you're getting angry with them.
So noted. I like it when they have to like fit in a little bit. All right, we're on our 8th cable that we've tightened here, and I think we're getting into a groove here, and we've learned a few things. First, cut the cable a little bit longer than you think you need to, because there is quite a bit of room in the tensioners to take up slack, and if you cut it too short, then you've kind of wasted a cable. The other thing, we've kind of found a pattern that we liked for the tension on this. So what I've been doing is getting the tensioner hand tight and then doing another like 2.5 to 3 revolutions with the tool. And that seems to get a pretty consistent tension to how we like it. Now, I think we might have to go back in a week or so and get them a little bit tighter, depending on how the cable stretches a little bit. But for right now, it's working pretty good, and we are loving the results of this. Like, sitting back and kind of looking out the railing, the cable kind of is invisible, and I kind of love the look. So we're excited to get it all the way around the deck and start enjoying our house and the deck. So anyway, we're going to get through this, and on the other side is why we're so excited about getting this project done, is we can call for our occupancy, which I know we keep talking about, but like, it's a big deal, because then we'll get to move our kids in, and Sarah and I will get to move in shortly after and start enjoying some of the fruits of the labor we've worked so hard on for the last 2.5 years. So, all right, I'm going to get to work. Sarah went off to pick our kids up, and I'm going to try to get these last 2 in so that Sarah can help me finish up when she gets back. Okay, they all seem about right, so I'm going to go with thread the next cable for the next run, and that's our second to last one for this side. So, almost there.
We're on the last one.
I know.
Do you want to sing a song about it?
I've been worked too hard today. Usually it's the other way around.
I know.
But Sarah's a slave driver.
I mean, I still have to go cook dinner.
The final cable railing. Do 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 do.
Do-do-do-do-do. Thank you for singing the song finally. Okay, we are done with the 10 that we're going to do on this side before we put up temporary for that portion of the deck that we'll have done, so we can get that okay to move in. The next time you see us, we'll actually be completing the cable railings that go on both sides of the stairs, and we will figure out what's happening on that little portion as well and get that completed, so you can see this whole system put together on one side of our deck. So it's Friday. We worked kind of late to get this done, and Ryan is playing the closeout song. It's the encore. All right, guys, we're gonna clean up and call it a night.
Do you know which one that is?
I don't. Do you know which one you are? Oh, that probably feels good. It's premium. I think this one is the Bard. Bard something.
Okay.
This is the one that's been pecking me. All right, I'm gonna go get you food and water, okay, girls? All right, we are back on the deck and we are gonna finish this portion of cable railing that we're gonna do on this side of our house before we go for our certificate of occupancy. Remember, we're only doing cable railing on a portion of this, and then we will be putting up temporary railing. But today we get to put up the cable railing system that will go along our stairs that lead up to our deck.
All right, so we figured out our layout, which took us way too long, honestly, but we wanted to make sure it was parallel with this top board so it didn't look bad. So we've made our marks on our posts. Now we're going to put up our hardware, cut our cable, and start installing railing.
What'd you guys do today? Put up one stair railing. We got out all of our supplies.
Got one. Let's see if we can go for two.
Okay. All right, yesterday we were able to complete the railings on this side of our stairs, and today we need to do this portion, and we're really hoping that we also are able to do this portion of our deck and just get the railing completed on this side, and then we can start moving over to the other side of our house and do what railing we're gonna do over there before we just put on the temporary. So yesterday we started figuring out a few things to just make this project go a little more quickly for us, because it's pretty simple to install these Musada railings, but it is time consuming. So if you can figure out with a little team, even a team of two like us, whose job is what on the project, and just really get into that mindset of like, do your job, get it done, then it goes really fast. So what we have figured out is finding the length of the cable railing that we need and pre-cutting all those, and then attaching the attachment points with the compression tool, getting that all done, and then we can just go through and put them up and then tension them all up. That's what started working the most quickly for us yesterday. So that's what we're going to try to repeat this morning on this and see if we can really bust it out, because we do only have another half day with both of us here because we have a kid who has a dentist appointment in the afternoon, and then it's just kind of life happens like that all the time here, where we think we're going to get a full day, and it is what it is when you're a parent and you're building a house. All right, here we go. There's our first one that's going to go in. But then that was the one that matches up with this railing over here.
It's like 5/8 of an inch.
All right, we got the measurement we needed that matches the same measurement on the other side. So we're gonna start cutting all those out and then get them all installed so we can get finished with the stair rail.
We'll do cut, compress, attach.
CCA.
All right, we have all of the cables all prepped and ready. What we did was we cut them, we figured out the length that we needed for them. We went through and we cut all 11 that we would need, and then we compressed on each fitting that we need on both sides. And then we actually went through and pre-drilled the first hole. So now we just need to screw them all into place, and then we'll connect them all, and this side will be done. We figured out this system, and it has made it fly, because yesterday I just feel like it was really taking us the longest time. So it's nice for this part to just be smooth sailing.
All right, so Sarah just left to take one of our kids to a dentist appointment, and we got all of the hardware installed for this last little section. So I'm gonna go ahead and tension these up, and then we'll be done with the stairs and this long section on our deck. And what we learned was, for these small sections, it really made a lot of sense to get all the cable cut, the hardware attached, and then even pre-drill all the holes, and then just kind of have an assembly line of getting them set up. When we did the long section over here, since the cable was so long, I think it made sense to just kind of do one cable at a time. But for these small sections, this one section that you guys saw us do took us, I swear, like 4 hours after we figured out our spacing and figured out our pattern. And then we knocked out the same set of stairs on the other side in like 45 minutes this morning. So it just goes to show you, like, once you get your system down, once you have a little bit of experience on things, how much faster things can go. And I think that's been one of the frustrating parts about building your own house, is right when you start getting good at something is when you move on to the next project. So you like never get to a mastery. You're just like in a constant state of learning. So maybe I'll get to reuse some of these skills and actually get to apply my mastery skills at some point, instead of just feeling like we're always learning new things. But anyway, I'm going to knock out this last section, and then I think we'll call it a day for today.
Thank you again to Muzata for sponsoring today's video. Muzata offers free design solutions, allowing for easy shopping with a recommended product list. This will save you time on your next DIY project. Check out the link in the description of this video and use the coupon code RYAN8 to save 8% on your purchase.